Praise the Lord. All carvers of images are but vain, and the carved images that they love can do no good. They must bear record themselves, that saying that they can neither see nor understand, they shall be confounded. Who dare then make a god or fashion an image that is profitable for nothing? Behold, all the fellowship of them must be brought to confusion, and truly all the workmasters of them are men. They shall be all gathered together. They shall stand, tremble, and be confounded one with another. The smith maketh an axe, and tempereth it with hot coals, and fashioneth it with hammers, and worketh with all the strength of his arms. Yea, sometime he is faint for very hunger, and so thirsty that he hath no more power. The carpenter or image carver taketh pleasure of the timber, and spreadeth forth his line. He marketh it with some colour. He planeth it, he ruleth it, and squareth it, and maketh it after the image of a man, and according to the beauty of a man, be it may stand in the temple. Moreover, he goeth out to hew down cedar trees. He bringeth home elms and oaks, and taking a bold courage, he seeketh out the best timber of the wood. He himself hath planted a pine tree, which the rain hath swelled, which wood serveth for men to burn. Of this he taketh and warmeth himself withal. He maketh a fire of it to bake bread, and afterward maketh a god thereof to honour it, and an idol to kneel before it. One piece he burneth in the fire, with another he roasteth flesh, that he may eat roast his belly full. With the thread he warmeth himself, and saith, Aha, I am well warmed, I have been at the fire. And of the residue he maketh him a god, and an idol for himself. He kneeleth before it, he worshippeth it, he prayeth unto it, and saith, Deliver me, for thou art my God. Yet men neither consider nor understand, because their eyes are stopped, that they cannot see, and their hearts that they cannot perceive. They ponder not in their minds, for they have neither knowledge nor understanding, to think thus, I have burnt one piece in the fire, I have baked bread with the coals thereof, I have roasted flesh with all, and eaten it. Shall I now of the residue make an abominable idol, and fall down before a rotten piece of wood? Thus he doth but his labour, and his heart which is deceived doth turn him aside, so that none of them can have a free conscience to think, may not lair. Praise the Lord. That translation is from a translation called, see what the title of it is, The Great Bible. It's an early English translation, and it's in a vernacular form of English writing. And that passage was God's comment on people who carve idols and make idols and statues and images to put in places of worship. Things like this. Mary, in a little niche here in this parish church here in Suffolk. That niche was probably emptied of its original statue about 500 years ago, and somebody in this parish with some kind of influence has seen fit to install a little plaster statue of Mary. And you might think, oh well, so what? But this is an Anglican church that I'm standing in. This is a Protestant church, and I'm just bemused and mystified as to why somebody who claims to be an Anglican would want to have that in their parish church, because of the significance of what it represents. Because of course the statue of Mary is an integral part of the Catholic tradition, because they venerate Mary, as they say, or worship Mary. And just the very fact that there's a presence of such a statue in this church is quite worrying, really. It must only have been put here recently, but you know, God hates idols. God hates idolatry. And I think the problem with idolaters is that they're the last ones to recognise what they're doing. Because an idolater makes a god that's in their own image. They seek to make God have the image of what they like their God to be. And because they think of Mary as the Queen of Heaven and the Mother of God and all that, that's really what they would like to worship. But it's kind of strange to see that here.